Hey guys, it's your girl 𝚃𝚖𝚌 back again with another video. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe, like, comment, and turn your post notifications. Today, I am doing a Q&A/tips for college and for my school, UNC Charlotte. So without further ado, let's get into these tips. This first section is going to be about just college advice for any first year student. Always check and take note of what are the available dates for your orientation and whether it's going to be virtual or in person, because especially with COVID going on right now, things definitely change with orientation. It's important to attend the orientation because a lot of questions that you may have further on in your college career are going to be straight ahead answered there, or resources that you will need to take advantage of in your college career are going to be brought up in those orientations. Download the apps you believe and know you're most definitely going to need at your time at the university, whether that's a safety app, the bus app. Just be aware of apps that you know you're going to need like right there and then in your phone, so you don't have to like be running around campus asking so many questions. Always ask questions. If you not understand, there's no such thing as a stupid question. All of the program coordinators for orientations, OCs, that's their job to answer those questions, and upperclassmen, so definitely take advantage of having the upperclassmen perspective. Try to get to know people, whether that's through exchanging Snapchats or Instagrams, or having a small convo with someone. Most of the people that I am either friends with or acquaintance with, I found through Instagram, or I met them actually in person. So definitely take advantage of having the opportunity to actually meet people, whether it's a virtual meetup they have during orientations, if colleges do that. Check out all freshman dorms. This is such a biggie because whether you like it or not, you're going to be spending a lot of time in your dorm, whether that's with studying, sleeping, eating, breathing. All of that is going down to your dorm. Seek out like dorms that have good condition for freshman dorms. Like, do they actually have AC? Because that's a common thing that a lot of dorms for freshmen miss. Any body from the college that you're going to, always ask, what are the dorms like? Are the rooms too small? Do they have community bathrooms? Always consider those when you're looking at freshman dorms. If they have clubs, organization fairs, definitely take advantage of those, because it can be overwhelming. Schools that maybe have a lot of organizations, so going to a fair and, you know, kind of having an idea of like, what type of organizations do you want to join? Whether if you're an artsy person or you like art, join an art club. Map out key places that you know like you need to be aware of that are there. First example is the library. And also, most importantly, knowing where the dining halls are so you know where you can go when you need to go eat. Looking up the hours that those buildings are open, because especially with COVID, the hours are probably gonna be more limited just to restrict the exposure of employees to students. Check if you would actually need to use your student ID to actually access those at specific hours, because that may be the case for some buildings. Following Facebook groups that are specifically for your school. Also Instagram pages for schools, different institutions, organizations they have. This is for my school, but I don't know if other schools do this, but check this just in case. Sometimes schools may have a Facebook group or even an Instagram page specifically for your graduation class. So that's cool to follow. Is researching campus safety. So like, what are resources that are there for you if you ever need help? It's just good to know, like, where is the campus police station? What is their phone number or email? My school, there's an app you can download where you can easily just call campus police from there, but double check with your school and make sure they have that too. Research mental or health resources that they provide at your school. School's health center, like, do they have any vaccination opportunities at your school? Have like specific hours or ways that you have to set up a checkup time with a doctor, stuff like that for your mental health and well-being. Double checking if they have resources for that, because it's definitely very important to take care of yourself with everything goes with college. Have any questions that are specific to your schoolwork, anything school related, asking your guidance counselor. You should be able to contact them through your school's portal. Be aware of tutoring opportunities, and what I mean by that is aware of how you can get help with classes that you may struggle with in college. They're there to help you succeed. So taking advantage of someone that can literally have the answer to your question that you've been thinking about for days. It's easy and simple as that. And then the last thing for tips, just college in general, is take advantage of the professional workshops or programs that are specific to what you study, whether that's major based or whether it's something that prepares you for your career in the real world. So whether that's resume workshops, mock-up interview sessions, those are great resources to take advantage of. Now, this section is specifically for UNC Charlotte freshman students. First of all, everything that you may need to answer for is already probably answered for on the internet. But my first tip, UNCC is very good at providing as much social media and online presence. I don't know any institution on campus that doesn't have a social media account. It's impossible. So definitely follow those pages. So whenever you have a question, you just go there and they should have their website linked in their bio, and you can just click there so you can get in contact with someone. Keeping all students up to date by using their system called Niner Alerts, which is basically a system where they send out mass messages, emails, alerts of anything that students just need to be alerted about right then and there, whether it's something very bad with weather condition or civil conditions that may occur, they'll alert you, correct? I think you're automatically linked to a mass email that can be sent from the Dean of Students that update you about COVID policies or anything about the semester plan. And then the next thing I want to talk about is all the opportunities or available resources or fun stuff you can do on campus. We have a great dining hall. Everyone knows the best dining hall is Sobe. Crown can go either side. Variation of foods you can choose from, so that's just without a doubt. I'll go to is the Student Union. Pre-COVID, Student Union was the most lively place on campus, especially during lunchtime during the day on a school weekday. That's where it's the most alive. It's one of those places where if you're on campus, you're I don't know what to do, I'm so bored. Go to Student Union, because there's probably something going on. It's that place where there has to be always something going on. A great organization that actually takes place more in the Student Union is CAB. CAB is basically the Campus Activity Board. I don't think I've ever seen an organization this committed and this consistent with giving students so many different opportunities to be involved with the campus, whether that's through competitions, contests, DIY projects. Every year they do this thing called Build-A-Bear workshop where you can actually build a bear. You should definitely go follow CAB. I'll put their Instagram page here. Pre-COVID, basketball games were so much fun. Literally, there's so many chances to get free stuff at the basketball game. The last time I went, they gave out free Chick-fil-A. The other one is you can get a free t-shirt, I think. But it's specific. They're the first 50 people, the first 100 people, because everyone can get everything they want. As for our football games, I mean, it's cool, but the way the stadium is set up, there's no shade. It's all, you're in the hot seat. The football games are fun in the first half, but then it gets boring because our team usually loses. It's usually fun because you get free stuff too. And they have food. They have a lot of club and organizations. I can't remember how many they have, but they have a lot, a lot. It's kind of impossible for someone to come to UNC Charlotte and there's no club that they don't see themselves joining. I'm there's literally a club for anything. The light rail. Literally, the light rail is the best asset UNCC could ever bring to campus. The light rail is this train. It's very fast. It can go to as far as uptown Charlotte in the city building part. The popular stops to go to is J.W. Clay, 7th Street, and yeah, those are the two I can think of. Most of the stops that are on the light rail, you can either go to uptown Charlotte, go clubbing, party up. You can go near Walmart. You can also go near Tyson. The light rail, literally, it's your oyster. You can go anywhere that everyone wants to go. Go with a friend at night. The light rail, it can save you a lot of money, especially if you don't want to drive your car everywhere. It's free for all UNCC students, period, because you have your student ID. Always, always, always bring your student ID everywhere you go on campus, on light rail, wherever you go, when you sleep, when you eat, take it everywhere. Buses. There's 3 buses. There's the green bus, there's the silver bus, and there's the gold. I'm gonna tell you about green first. It goes to South Village and it goes to Student Union. Everyone and their mother goes on the green bus. The stops it goes on in between that route of South Village to the Union leads to buildings that have classes in it. Get to the stop that you're trying to get on the bus as early as you can to the close time you need to get to class. Because if you don't, the buses will leave you and they get very packed very fast. When in doubt, with UNCC, a lot of stuff isn't really that far when you think about it. So if you're a walker, just walk. The gold bus, it goes from the Student Union to South Village, but on like the opposite road. Gold comes this way, green goes this way. That's very important to remember because let's say you want to go to Student Union, but you need to get there fast. If you get on gold, the way that route goes, it goes from South Village down to like the little stoplight down that road, turns left, instead of turning right towards the Student Union. So it takes a whole other route to turn back around just to go to Student Union. Silver bus, the last one. This one goes from Student Union to the engineering buildings that are near J.W. Clay. Now, any of my engineering students or computer science students, I'm gonna let you know right now, before COVID, if you were a computer science student, engineering student, all that crap, you had to go to all those buildings on the other side of the campus. Early in the day, those buses are packed. Get to those stops early and try your best to fit on it. Dorms. So I stayed in 2 dorms in my whole college career in total. I stayed in Scott Hall my freshman year, which is specifically freshman hall. Then I stayed in Miltmore my sophomore year. So I'm gonna tell you about my experience in Scott Hall. So Scott Hall, it was renovated from the time I got in there, which was great because I was like, oh my God. So it was nice, it was new, everything was fresh. You walk in, you got that new fresh smell. The only downside to Scott Hall is the elevator broke so many times, and there were times when the fire alarm got pulled, which was annoying. The way the floors are set up, it's girls on one floor and then guys on the other, I think. And I think it may be that floors, a few floors above are co-ed, but I'm not sure. The floors have community bathrooms. They're all 2 to a room. And the community bathrooms were disgusting. The girls I lived with on that floor were disgusting. Get shower slippers. No matter what, just get shower slippers. But in Scott Hall, the greatest thing about it is they have these community floors kind of like in the middle of each floor. And there's like small like little study areas on the side, on each side of a hall. You can go in there to study, hang out with friends and all that. Like there's no like specific time you have to leave them. And the hall that you need to stay clear of, at least try your best. Or if you are going, no shame in your game. Just letting you know what's up. Sanford Hall. I've had friends live in it. They're fine, but it's just like the living condition I don't do because I'm too bougie for that. There was no AC sometimes in the building. The building is very old to the point where the elevator be creaking sometimes. It's livable, it's just jail. It just feels like jail. For dorms in general, if you ever have any problems or anything comes up with your roommate, take it to your RA. For any hall on campus, the RA shares the same floor as you. So you can just easily go to their room, knock on their door and be like, hey, what's up? I need your help with something. Parking. Parking is so expensive. Parking permits can run up to as high as $500. I have a parking permit and like I use it a lot when I like need to go to campus to study, or if I need to go there for my job at UREC. But having a parking permit when you have a car, especially as a commuter, it helps a lot. So you don't have to worry about parking somewhere you're not supposed to park. If you are a freshman, I don't know if you're allowed to bring your car, but all I do want to say is I don't think anyone would need to bring their car on campus if they live on campus, because everything on campus is walkable. And like there's so many things around campus that can get you where you need to be if you need to get off campus. There's the light rail, like I said. There's the buses that get you around campus, but then there's also Uber and Lyft, which can cost like a couple dollars, but that's better than paying $500 for a permit. But UNCC is a great school all around. Like I remembered like my first like whole like school tour of it. Like I remembered at the end of it, I told my dad, I want to go here. I don't want to look at other schools, I'm gonna go here. Because I've literally been connected to UNCC forever. Like from going to camps that were hosted by them there, to my dad even teaching there, and then soon being able to graduate from there now. Like that's crazy, but I love UNCC. It's taught me so much these past 3 years, and I've made like really good friendships, and they just are a well-rounded school. Like, it's very community-based. 10 out of 10 recommend for people to apply. As for getting accepted into UNCC, I'm not gonna say everybody gets in. I'm just saying, if you got good grades and you did good in the SAT and all that other crap, you have a really good chance of getting in. So yeah, definitely follow UNCC social medias. I think I'll try to like link them all down below. Pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you turn your post notifications, you know, next time I upload. Feel free to DM me on my Instagram, which will be linked here. And it's always linked in the description box if you have any more questions about college or UNCC in general. And I would be happy to answer them. So yeah, that's a wrap on 𝚃𝚌𝚗, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.